From the fact that the expression Yahweh of hosts is used so much in ancient Israel writings, we can know that they didn't think of Yahweh as a being alone. Instead, they believed he had a whole host of beings with him, like we see in this passage. And there are plenty of other texts that say more about Yahweh's hosts. Consider this from Psalm 103. One of the main features of Hebrew poetry is to repeat the same basic idea in different words. Here, Yahweh's angels are his hosts, or at a minimum, there's an overlap between them. But what are angels anyway? Are they disembodied spirits of the deceased? Or maybe independent, incorporeal creations of God? The answer in ancient Israelite texts is clear. To them, angels were not spirits of the deceased, nor were they incorporeal. They were beings from the sky who were understood to be just as corporeal as beings from the earth. Should also point out that the word angel itself isn't a label for a species or anything like that. It actually just means messenger. You can see that that's the idea in this passage. The angels obey Yahweh's word and do his will. It's pretty much like what we just read in 1 Kings 22. The angels gather around the throne of Yahweh in meetings to decide what to do and how to do it. When a decision has been reached, Yahweh sends the angels forth to do his will. And often this includes bearing a message of some sort. So they are called messengers, angels. And throughout Israelite literature, it's clear these messengers were understood to be material beings. We'll just look at a few passages to illustrate this, but be aware there's a lot more. This is an account of Yahweh appearing to Abraham in Genesis 18 and 19. This passage is fascinating for a number of reasons, but the most obvious reason for our present subject is that these three men are clearly corporeal, having bodies with feet and digestive systems and hearts that can be refreshed by food. The word translated as men here doesn't necessarily mean humans, nor does it necessarily mean males, but it certainly does mean persons. That is, intelligent, human-like beings. Later in the story, two of these men are identified as angels who go on again to Sodom, while the third is called Yahweh. He stays behind to talk to Abraham. And that's exactly what we read here. Again, these angels are visible and corporeal. This text says they have feet and they ate. And eating evidently wasn't an act angels put on just for special occasions. Consider what this text says. It's describing what Yahweh did for Israel after he brought them from Egypt into the wilderness. According to this, there is food that is natural to the sky. It's the bread of angels. In other words, it's the food that they normally eat. The digestion of food is such an incontrovertibly bodily process that the fact that it was applied to angels should really settle the point that these writings viewed these heavenly beings as physical.